Listen, folks, I was just reading this verse in Exodus chapter 1 and it blessed my soul. Just wanted to share it with you. That's Exodus chapter 1, verse. Let's start from verse 9. It says, "And he said unto his people, Behold, the people of the children of Israel are more and mightier than we. Come on, let us deal wisely with them, lest they multiply, and it come to pass that when there falleth out any war, they join also unto our enemies and fight against us, and so get them up out of the land." And then verse 11 says, "Therefore they did set over them taskmasters to afflict them with their burdens, and they built for Pharaohs treasure cities, Pythons, and Ramses." Doesn't this sounds like the government? How they dealing wisely with us? Because in the year before 1913, America was flourishing all over the world. America was still the greatest country all over the world because we had everything. And after 1913, they came up with this new tax thing to deal with us wisely. Because in order for the government to rule over us, they have to burden us. They have to give us taskmasters. They have to tax us to death and everything so that we won't have time to think. We won't have time to overthrow them. So that's the only way they can take over us and control us. Because when they tax you to death, you have no time to spend with your kids. You're always working, you're always paying bills, you're always paying tax for this, tax for gas, tax for your land, tax for your table, tax for your goat, tax for your cow, tax for your mule, tax for your work, tax for your car, tax for your gas, tax for everything, tax for your paycheck. In the same paycheck that you use, you pay tax on your mortgage, tax going outside on the street when you're driving, and tolls, tax wherever you are, tax in your grocery, tax when you get your CDL license, tax in everything. When you can't think anymore, they tax you to death. When you scream, they even tax you even more in everything that you are doing. Federal tax, income tax, state income tax, unemployment tax. Everything that you do, it becomes a burden. And when the person is dead, they still tax his tomb, they tax his grave. And they got inheritance taxes, accountable taxes, tax in everything until you can't go anymore. Everything you buy, there's a tax, everywhere you go. So now when these guys came over, all this tax money, they don't use all the tax money to take care of the roads. All the tax money, they use it so they can buy weapons, so they can do their own things, so they can have more control, more guns and more weapons, so they can spy over us. And once they have more control, more guns, they come by force to take tax money from you. So that's the taskmaster I feel that the government have put on us. And then after that, they drug you up in the medical field. And after that, they throw you up in the nursing home and drug you up some more until you die, and nobody can fight back anymore. So now people have become so addicted, so immune to the system, they don't even think that they can get out of these taxes. But there are many ways and loopholes. So I'm learning. So that's the reason why that is a satanic government that we are dealing with. The devil is in control. The same way in the book of Exodus, the devil was dealing with the children of Israel. It's the same way the devil is dealing with God's people in America. So all the parasites came to the White House, not for our advantages. The people is not the government. They make you think that the people are in control, but they are in control because the one that's in control is the one that's taxing you to death. We're not in control because we the one paying debt. They're in control because they're the one going around the world traveling, and they're golfing while we are working, trying to feed our families. So if we don't stand up, they're going to continue to do this. So that's why they don't want your eyes to be open. They give you television to brainwash you. so that you won't see what's happening around you. So the media is controlling your brain to lie to you. They don't really show you the true narratives, what's really going on. But they teaching you lies. They entertain you to death so that you won't think about the reality of life. That's what entertaining is for. They're making you laugh. They're giving you jokes. They're telling you jokes so that you won't think about how much they are taxing you to death. There's nothing that you do that you don't pay taxes. You pay taxes in their utility bill, and your phone bill, in your car bill. When you get the car to the shop, you still got to pay more taxes. So that money that you are working for, you're only working for taxes. And after that, they say you don't pay enough, so they penalize you at the end of the year. They say you didn't pay enough, you got to pay more taxes. So how far is this thing going? So until we do something about it, they're going to get to a point where they want you to just work and just hand over the paycheck. So if you like this thought, leave me a comment and let me know what you think. Because until we come together in unity, we will not be able to overthrow that government. So that's why they came up with two parties, Democrat and Republican. They only came up with two parties so that they can divide and conquer. So that's why Jesus said in his word, any kingdom that is divided against itself will not stand. So think about this. Pass it around. Share it on Twitter and Facebook, on wherever you can on social media. So may God bless you. May God keep you. Keep your eyes open. May God bless you.